right, our next guest speaker will be Delegate Joe Morrissey, who represents the 74th District in the Virginia House of Delegates, and that includes Charles City County, Henrico County, the city of Hopewell, the city of Richmond, and Prince George County. He is also a former Commonwealth's attorney of the city of Richmond and lives now in Highland Springs. Will you all please give a warm welcome to Delegate Joe Morrissey.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Snow, for that introduction. It's good to be here this morning. You know, I remember in the 8th grade, same age, 1971, and Father Scannell would come into our class, and it would be early in the morning, just like right now. People are still a little bit tired, and he'd start asking us questions, or he'd do little numbers games. So I want your minds activated right now, so I'm going to do the same thing, all right? Now, I need somebody to help me. How about the gentleman right there? I'm going to give money away, okay? Is that good? Now, here's how it works. I'm going to ask a question. Don't shout it out. Raise your answer. And the gentleman in the first row of you answered, he'll deliver your money, okay? Fair enough? Come on up here. Step right there. First question. We're talking about our Constitution. And really, it began in our first capital. First question, hands raised. How many capital? Haven't asked the question yet. How many capitals have we had in Virginia for $1? Gentleman right there in the gray sweatshirt. You got it. Next question. What were those 3 capitals? Let me see your hands. Okay. Gentleman right there in the blue. Stand up. Tell us the 3 capitals. Jamestown, Williamsburg, and Richmond is correct. You got it. Last question. Second to last question. Virginia is the home of how many presidents? Virginia is the home of how many presidents? Lady right there with the yellow insignia, Batman, I think. 4 is wrong. Gentleman right there. 6 is also wrong. Right there, second row. 24 would be way too many. Come on. Virginia is the mother of presidents. How many presidents has Virginia had? Gentleman in the blue sweatshirt. 11 is wrong. You're killing me. You're killing me. First row in the green. I'm dying up here. Last question, last answer. The young lady in the blonde right there is also wrong. Virginia is the home of 8 presidents. Now, here, folks, this is the last question. The last person who tells me the 8th president is going to get $5. The first president is Washington. The second one is Jefferson. Now let me see who's the next president, or one of the 8. One of the 8, yes. John Tyler is right. You got 3. Third row. James Madison, you got 4. Right there. Is number 5. 3 to go. John Taylor. Tippecanoe and Tyler too. John Tyler. Did you say Tyler? I'm sorry. What was your answer? Taylor. Would that be Zachary Taylor? That would be right. So we've got Washington, Jefferson, James Madison, James Monroe, Zachary Taylor, William Henry Harrison, and I think I might have given it away. Woodrow Wilson is the 7th, and for $5, the last president. All right. Right there. Right there. You got it for $5. Is wrong. Is wrong. I already told you. In the pink. Is it. There you go. All right. Now. Quiet. Come on. folks. Now that I've got your minds engaged, let me first of all thank my colleague Bill Janis for his remarks. I've loved serving in the House of Delegates with Bill. Bill is now running for Commonwealth Attorney in Henrico County, and even though we're on different sides, Bill, you're the majority whip in the Republican caucus, I'm the minority whip. It's been a pleasure working with you and serving with you. You've done a great job, and you're going to be missed in the House of Delegates. Let me just say this. When I was getting ready to come here last night, I was on my way down to Charles City County, and a friend of mine, I spoke to her on the phone, and she told me, she said, I heard you speaking about the Constitution. And she said, I hope you say something patriotic. And I said, how could I not? I mean, when you think of these 55 framers that went to Philadelphia in 1787, they'd already met in the Continental Congress, all they had done was just fight a tyrannical king. They knew they had to do something. They knew they had to form a government, and they got together in Philadelphia, and to this day, so many of us don't know how they did it, whether it was divine guidance, but they came up with a document that is the envy of every free country in the world and every sovereign that wants to be free. And your principal, Mr. Raymond, said earlier, he said that it's a living document. And I think Delegate Janis said it's a breathing document. And it is. And this is what they meant. When they drafted it in 1787, we actually didn't have radio. We didn't have TV. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have health insurance. But right now, the Supreme Court has used that document to address all of those issues, and they will probably use it to address health insurance. That's what we mean by a living document. It was drafted over 224 years ago. It still today allows us to answer questions and dilemmas that the framers probably didn't consider. But that's why we all say there must have been some type of divine intervention. The Bill of Rights. I love the Bill of Rights. Delegate Janis is right. There are 10 of them because there are 10 of them. You know, and often there are some folks that want to interpret more into the Constitution, which shouldn't be done. But here's how you got the Bill of Rights. You know, in government, both sides compromise. Delegate Janis and I are forced to compromise a lot. He wins much more than I do because, number one, he's got a lot of votes on his side. But the idea, the important thing is we do compromise. And when they were drafting the Constitution, a lot of people were worried about this strong central government. So they said, we've got to have individual states that are also strong. That's our notion of federalism. And some people said, well, we've got to have individual rights. Delegate Janis mentioned a couple of them. Others, that you're free from unwarranted search and seizures. And some people said, well, that's to be understood. You should have them. We don't need that in the Constitution. Others said it has to be in the Constitution. So after they drafted this in Philadelphia, they had to compromise, and before it was ratified, there was an agreement among different states and among different members who helped frame this Constitution that we would put in a Bill of Rights afterwards, and that's what occurred. And this document is so great that it also presented an opportunity or a structure for amending it from time to time. If something needed to be added to the Constitution, we'd amend it. And one time we went 54 years without amending it, and again, an indication of how great this document was. Let me end by saying this. I am a huge fan of the Constitution. When I was in high school, I taught government. I love it. There's not, I think you would agree, Bill, wouldn't you, a day that goes by in the General Assembly that the United States Constitution, when we're arguing things, isn't somehow raised or debated. And sometimes in the House of Delegates, it's a crucible, and there's a lot of emotion. There are some heated debates and arguments. But this Constitution allows people of different ideologies and different backgrounds Delegate Janice is a Republican, I'm a Democrat. It allows people with different backgrounds to get elected, and it also allows us to debate those issues on the House floor with decorum and with a degree of compromise at the end. So with that, I can't tell you how proud I am to be here at Moody with this presentation. Matthew, thank you for what you've done and what your family has done for doing this. To all of those 8th graders, I envy you in many ways. You're about to embark on your last year at Moody and then start a high school career. You've got so many opportunities ahead of you. Good luck. It's been great to be in Raider country.